morning, everybody. This is Pastor Mike. And in true Refuge Ministry fashion, I'm going to do things a little different this morning. So instead of driving around in the truck doing these videos, taking my life into my own hands, violating about a dozen Texas laws, I'm going to go ahead and sit here and we're going to read this together. So in Romans chapter 3, verse 1, then what advantage has the Jew, or what value of circumcision? Much in every way. To begin with, the Jews were entrusted with the oracles of God. So here's the context. Paul's writing to the church in Rome, who has grown quite large. But there's a division in the church. The Jewish believers and the Gentile believers. And the Jews believe that the Gentiles have to become Jewish in order to be saved. But Paul's writing to the church in Rome to counter this argument. And he lays out from beginning to end the most incredible doctrine of justification by faith. And so he begins by starting off with chapter 1 and chapter 2 with showing that both the Jew and the Gentiles have no advantage. They're both unrighteous. They're both under God's judgment. And so this raises the natural question for the Jewish readers, then what advantage has the Jew? If I am just as guilty as the Gentiles, if I am just as unrighteous as the Gentiles, what advantage is there at being Jewish in the first place? So Paul could have answered this with any number of advantages for the Jewish people, but he focuses in on that they were entrusted with God's word. How awesome is that? That's probably not what they wanted to hear, but how awesome is that? And it makes me wonder, when I open my Bible, do I engage it with the same passion, the same understanding that this is not just God's word, but this is God's word entrusted to me. This is God's word entrusted to you and to all of God's people. This is our privilege. Not that we can walk around and say, I'm saved by grace. No, I've been saved and entrusted with God's word. And so when we come together and we open this up and we try to glean what God has for us, we should approach it with this attitude of, this is our honor, this is our gift given to us, that we have the very words of God. And we should let that drive us in our study. And we should let that drive us as we interact with the world around us, that we have God's word, which is a message of hope and a message of grace and mercy. And that should be our passion, our honor. So with that, just let me say, God bless you all. Take God's word passionately, as if it is a gift, because that's exactly what it is. It is God's gift to us. And we'll talk more next time.